AITA for wanting to play video games for 30 minutes to an hour every day when I get home from work. SI 37 meters. Work as a service manager for a high-volume dealer and am out of the house for 12 hours a day. Leave at 6 a.m. and don't get home until 6 p.m. 5 days a week. My wife, 33F, gets upset when I get home and after eating dinner want to get a couple of rounds of COD in. My wife is a SOM with our 18-month-old and thinks it's absolutely criminal that I want to get some decompress time at the end of the day. My daughter is still in the mommy all the time phase, so she prefers to spend more time with my wife than I. Usually when I get home I will eat dinner, do whatever honeydews she has for me, and then play for a little. After I'm done I will join them and spend time with my family, which usually is her watching a movie, show and I reading the same book to my daughter 10 times lol. My wife says that even when I'm chilling with them I spend too much time on my phone. While we are all hanging out, if my daughter is asking for my attention I will stop what I'm doing and do whatever she's asking me to do. Whenever she wants to go back to mommy I will browse Twitter or Reddit, since I usually have absolutely zero interest in what she is watching. She accuses me of being absent, not present, since I don't focus all my free time on her and the baby. Also, side note, she is currently 20 weeks pregnant. So AITA? Edit. I get up at 5 a.m. and usually fall asleep by 93,010 p.m. My wife and daughter nap through the day, so when I'm sleeping they are usually awake for another hour or two. Edit. It has been confirmed that I am indeed the asshole. Thanks for all the constructive suggestions, y'all. Time to work on adjusting my mindset. Info. Do you ensure your wife also gets an hour of kid-free time each, do whatever she wants? You are getting a lot of suggestions already. But as a former SOM, the baby is in the mommy phase because she is there more. Spend more time with her now so you two have your own bond before she hits the independent phase and doesn't want to be with you. In these cases, I always suggest the following. Take 5 days vacation time. Let your wife go visit a family member or head to a spa. Then for 5 days, take all the responsibility for your child. Waking, dressing, cooking, feeding, cleaning up the kitchen, playtime, nap time, cooking lunch, feeding, cleaning up, playtime, nap time, preparing dinner for spouse and child, setting the table, feeding, cleaning up, story time, bath time, bedtime. See if you can find some time to do the grocery shopping, laundry, and general cleaning as well. Then get back to us. It doesn't seem like the best time of day. Wouldn't late at night be better? Spend your time on arrival from work loving your partner and playing with your kids. Your wife is telling you that she needs adult attention after spending all day with a baby. When you're there, you are constantly doing everything you can to engage in escapism. She's telling you, but you aren't listening. The day will come when she doesn't complain to you at all. And it will be because she has already left you in her mind. The only thing left will be the packing. Once it gets to that point, there will be no fixing it. YTA. And if you bonded more with your child, there wouldn't be what you call mommy all the time phase. You're too self-centered. YTA. Play video games after baby goes to bed. Your wife needs a break, and I say that as a sod. The reason the baby is fixated on mom is because you aren't spending enough time bonding with it. I get that work is long and hard, but parenting takes priority. YTA. Your wife needs your help. She's looking after a toddler all day, growing another baby, and then when you get home you want to decompress. When does she get time out? You need to start stepping up now, as there will be a new baby soon. You say that they nap during the day. Are you sure about that? I'm sure at 18 months your daughter does. But does your wife? The most condescending phrase I heard as a mom was, sleep when baby sleeps. Not all babies, toddlers sleep for lengths during the day. Mine certainly didn't. And even if they do, there's no saying that the parent is able to fall asleep at that time. It's hard being home with a small child, and one of the biggest aspects of that is the lack of adult company. Gaming is depriving her of even more company. YTA, you may work 12 hours a day, but you're a dad 24 hours a day. You have 4 competing interests: your family, your job, sleep, and your personal time. Right now you are giving 1/2 of your time to your job. Then you have to divide the remainder of your time between sleep, family, and yourself. You can't really take much time from sleep. I'll assume you sleep about 6 hours. Now you have 4 hours for yourself and your family. Take an hour for yourself, 3 hours for your family. Is that enough time? Are you happy being a father and husband for only 3 hours a day? Compare that with your wife. She is a Psalm 24 hours a day. She is always on call. She constantly has a kid attached to her. Even when your daughter is asleep, your wife can't get too into something because your daughter could wake up at any time. Honestly, your household sounds very stressed. You are stretching yourself thin. Your wife has no reprieves. It's easy for me to say. You need a less demanding job, especially if you want more you time. The 12-hour workday and stay-at-home mom isn't making either of you happy. YTA. Being a full-time parent to an 18-month-old is exhausting. She is as exhausted as you are. Pay more attention to your daughter. Actively engage her. Don't force her to ask for your attention. And you're about to have another. The fun is only starting. Small children are very time-consuming. Get some private time together via family, friends, sitters if you can. Take turns being responsible on weekends. Remember, this too shall pass. And they grow up really, really fast in hindsight. At the very least, I'm so glad to hear Op is able to accept his judgment graciously and is apparently taking people's suggestions, advice to be more present and take some of the load off of his wife. So to recap, you go to work, and your wife works all day taking care of a toddler. Based on your edit, it seems she is solely responsible for preparing all 3 meals and all childcare from when she wakes up to basically dinner time, at which point you play on your phone and occasionally pay attention to your toddler. During this time, your wife gets some time to watch TV, but not really though, because the toddler is going to her frequently during this time, so this isn't her time, but rather co-parenting time. Then you eat dinner, which I assume your wife cooked. And then you have dedicated you time playing video games while your wife goes back to being solely responsible for a toddler. Oh, and also you go to bed and she stays up with the kid and is also solely in charge of bedtime. So in her entire waking day, your wife gets no alone time and no real adult interaction besides you sitting nearby while playing on your phone. She gets no time for herself away from her child. You claim to do whatever, honeydew, tasks she sets you, but do you help determine what needs doing? You go to work where you interact with adults, probably pee when you want to, and just generally get time away from home and constant childcare. When you leave work, you leave work. Your wife is never off the clock. She is never free to unplug and relax, and your checks notes, whining because she has the audacity to be upset with this arrangement and ask for what she needs. My dude. YTA. Put the phone down. Keep your daughter entertained and let your wife shower. Watch an episode of a show. Or just maybe sit and enjoy her family. Spend time with her after dinner and let her talk to an adult. I'm not saying you never get to play video games again. But what I see is you prioritizing only your needs and wants, not your family. YTA. I'm a massive gamer, and after my son was born I wasn't able to get back into gaming until he was nearly 2. It sucks, but you too had the kid. YTA. It is absolutely exhausting to have to task manage every single contribution you make to the household. You complete the honey-do list but don't proactively identify what needs to be done. You put your phone down when the one yo asks you to. Why does your one yo need to ask for her father's attention? Yeah. YTA. Our saying in our household is he doesn't get to clock out till I do. We both do all the things that need to be done and hang out with our daughter. 22 months now. Till she's in bed, then my fiancé gets on his console and I do whatever I want to do. I'm also a som, so I'd be aggravated too if I were her. Also, he gets up very early to take care of our farm animals before he goes off to work in his physically laboring job, so he also has early mornings. I'm also 36 weeks pregnant, and it is so exhausting running after a toddler all day while maintaining the house and making meals all throughout the day and being pregnant. It's emotionally and physically draining. My man took it like a champ and actually is considering making changes. This is a rare post indeed. Sorry dude, but you decided to have a child. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. I get it. Everyone needs some decompression time. But your wife has been with your child all day and deserves that time too. Maybe you could give her a break when you get home. Then she could give you a break before you go to bed? YTA. Well, I think YTA for having another baby when there are already some issues with the first one. It's not going to get any easier with 2. I have 2, and if I want to game I just do it after wife and kids go to sleep. This means I don't get to do it every night because sometimes I am just too tired. YTA. But here's a suggestion that I implemented. Get up a few hours earlier than you need to. Like if I had to leave for work at 6 a.m. I would get up at 3:30. Gave me time to read, watch TV or clean up the house while listening to a podcast. Highly recommend the last one to get back in your wife's good graces. Now you're probably thinking, but I need my sleep. You have an 18-month-old. You should be acutely aware of how well you can function on limited sleep. So weigh your options. Tired dad or angry mom? That being said, I'm a father of a 2-year-old and work with several fathers of toddlers, babies. None of us could tell you the last time we played a video game. Older people aren't lying when they say having kids changes everything. YTA. As a GF of a gamer, I resent this mindset so much. Like you're just going through the motions, checking off tasks and putting in just enough time with your wife and daughter so you think you deserve to play your games. You need to really refocus your priorities and be more present for your family and help your wife out.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.